Recording's on. My whole head's in the frame. We're ready to go. Cool. All right, we are live. What's up, everybody? We are here for day 4 of the Client Launchpad Challenge, where we're going to be teaching you how to actually get those calls that you got booked in, how to go through those, the scripts, how those calls run, what you should be asking, what kind of value people should be leaving with. And we're going to show you how to turn those calls into testimonials and into clients. And today we're going to be going really deep. So strap in, make sure that you've got a pen, paper to take notes. If you know how to take screenshots, take some screenshots, but I promise I'll put a link to the slides so that you have the script for these calls handy when you go through these calls. So what's up? It looks like we got Lisa and Sean on. Where's everybody calling in from, and how you doing today? And while we let those comments roll in, Kate, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great. I love day 4. This has been something that the coaches that are in our VIP group with the Client Launchpad Challenge have been asking about. And I know all of you really want this information too. And this is what's going to help you make you a better coach and get those testimonials and transformations. So super excited to share with you today.
Awesome. And I see a couple people calling in from the UK. We've tried to make these calls as early as possible that crosses over with Australia Eastern, US Eastern, where Kate is, and in the UK, because we want to make sure anybody there in British summertime can at least, be a night owl and catch these, because we really do feel like, this challenge is so important because it's so impactful. So like I said, today we're going to be going over those calls that you booked in. What does it look like? How do you actually structure those? How do you ask the right people to get onto another call? How do you ask for the testimonial? We are going to answer all of that today. But before we get into that, I just want to congratulate all of you who are live here right now. Because the thing is, in the last 2 challenges that we've run, the biggest drop off that we've seen has been between day 3 and day 4. And when we've asked the people who have dropped off why they dropped off, it was because of fear. It was because they were afraid to reach out to people to get these calls booked in. They didn't know what to do. And so they just quit. And so if you're here today, like we talked about on day 1, that shows courage. That shows that you were willing to show up for yourself, for your business, and for your future clients. It shows that you were able to get into the mindset of having a help list instead of getting into the mindset of you're desperately seeking clients and you're just trying to sell everybody. So I just want to commend you, to congratulate you. Thanks for showing up for yourself, for your business, and all the people that you're going to be able to help because of what you're learning today. So without further ado, shall we get into the content? Because we got a lot today. Be prepared for, we'll probably go for the full hour today. And anybody who's on the VIP access, will still stick around. We got that extra half hour afterwards. Cool. And it looks like I haven't been paying attention, but there we go. I see Deborah's coming in. Karen, if you're going to be joining us, you can hop into VIP access as well. All right. So let's get into the presentation. Lots of buttons to press. There we go. Cool. And if you guys have any questions as we go through this, write the questions down, because drop them in the chat at the end, and we'll do a quick little Q&A before we go to the VIP Q&A session. So again, today, what we're going over is booking in these calls, making offers to these people, turning these calls into clients and testimonials. And ultimately, that's just exactly what we're doing. We're going to show you the exact script, how the calls should run, how you're going to get the testimonials, how you're going to transition it to sales calls. Really, this is the crux. This is, now that you've contacted people, this is how you start actually getting clients. All right. And I'm also, at the end of today, we're going to be giving you another opportunity to earn even more entries into the grand prize drawing for the VIP Coach Launchpad Scholarship. And we'll show you a little bit more about what the VIP Coach Launchpad is about. That way you can get really excited about winning the scholarship and get your homework done if you haven't already. All right. So far we've gone over step one, creating your hot list or your help list, as Kate so beautifully put it. We have gone through step two, which is contacting them and then making that free offer to them. Hopefully, I saw a lot of you put some really awesome aggressive goals with how many people you were going to contact in 24 hours. Hopefully you've done that. Actually drop in the chat how many people you've already contacted since making that commitment. We'd love to see. And today is step four, the final step in the process, inviting them from the free call to a sales conversation if they're the right fit, and how to do that tactfully. All right, so here is the overview of what we need to do. So the calls that you booked in with people, those free coaching sessions, you are going to coach them on these calls. No question about it. But as you know, as a coach, it's about uncovering what's going to be most valuable for them, how you can best help them, what they most need, what they most are struggling with. It comes down to asking good questions. So ultimately what we got to do is first we need to frame the call properly, because I don't know if you've ever gotten on a call with somebody and they immediately take the lead and they're like, okay, so, what is this call about? Like, I really need help with this. And they take the lead. Well, at the beginning of this call, we're going to show you how to frame it up so that the ground rules are set and it's understood by everybody involved how this call is going to flow. That way you can make the most out of, it should be about a 30-minute call. That way you can make the most out of each of these 30-minute calls. From there, you're going to discover their goal, their current situation, and their biggest challenge, because that sets up the gap. It's like, where are they at right now? Where do they want to go? And what is the thing that has been standing in their way? And then for you, what you're going to do to get them that aha moment, to really get a good, juicy testimonial out of just one 30-minute session, you want to give them value around their biggest challenge. All right, so you just want to solve one problem with one recommendation. You don't need to fire hose them with information here. Just get them that aha moment. And for any coaches who are newer and you feel like it might be hard on the fly to come up with something, you could always potentially say, awesome, figuring out, getting more information, and then being like, I'm going to do a little bit of research and send you my thoughts. And then after that, you can get the testimonial. So that just takes a little bit of the pressure off. That's something that we tell our coaches who we mentor to do all the time. It's like, if you don't know the answer on the call, just say, hey, I'm going to research that and get back to you. It's a really, really powerful question, and it'll give you more confidence too, actually. And so after you've given value around their biggest challenge, then you just ask them, hey, did you get value? And what's your biggest takeaway or action step? And that's going to put them in the frame of mind of you gave them value. And so you want to frame what you've given them as being a piece of the puzzle versus everything. But you also want to ask them, hey, do you feel like what we talked about today is everything? We'll get to that in a minute, but do you feel like that's everything you need? And if they do, well, you probably don't want to offer a sales call because there's no urgency for them. You just solved all their problems, which is good, because if they have another problem, who are they coming to? But if they're like, no, actually, I feel like, that was really helpful, but there's some other things I need to get to my goal, then, you might offer them a sales call. And we'll show you each of these steps right now in more detail, including scripts. All right. So, Kate, if you were running the call, how would you frame it for me? How would you take the lead if you were calling me?
Yeah, I would follow this script.
All right.
I would be like, so ring ring, we're on the phone, because this is our Zoom time together that, we scheduled yesterday, that we double committed and double confirmed, right? So you answer, hey, what's up, Matt? We have about 30 minutes together, and I want to make sure you get as much value as possible. So can I give you a quick rundown of how this call will go?
Yeah, for sure.
Awesome. So I'll ask a few questions to understand your goals, what you're trying right now, and what you're struggling with. And listen, of course, we won't be able to solve everything today, but you will leave with an action plan. And if you get value out of the call, I'd be super grateful for a testimonial, but only if you get value.
Awesome. Well, hopefully you can give me value then.
Hopefully I can.
Yep. Awesome. So for everybody seeing that, does that feel clear to you about how to actually establish leadership early on in the call, set the ground rules, and make sure that the flow of the call is understood? Just give us yes in the chat, no in the chat. That'll let us know whether or not we need to clarify that, but we got a lot to move through today. So we'll move on and we can come back to it if necessary.
Mm-hmm.
So once you've got the ground rules set, then it's time to move into the discovery phase. And this is a really important phase because, again, this is where you're establishing the gap. Where do they want to go? Where are they at? What's standing in the way? Because if you can give somebody value around what's standing in the way, that's the most valuable thing you can do. Because, if somebody has a goal, there's probably a million different roads to get there. But the thing is, they have specific obstacles that are standing in the way. And so if you only are like, oh, somebody is 180 pounds, they want to get to 150, obviously a caloric deficit is a way to get there. Well, that's not super helpful for people because there's probably a reason specific to that human being that they have not been able to achieve the caloric deficit necessary to get from 180 to 150 pounds. And so if you can give them value around what they've been struggling with, they've been banging their head against the wall. If you can give them value around that, then, that's going to be more valuable than just giving them a generic path to get there. All right. So this is you initially displaying what working with you is going to be like. It's going to be more VIP. It's going to be more custom. They're going to feel heard. All right. So we'll quickly run through a little role play of the discovery. So Kate is the leader and I am the subject matter.
Awesome, Matt. Okay. So first off, I'd love to know if there are any health or fitness goals that you would love to achieve or that you're working on right now.
Yeah, actually, I am currently sitting at about 180 pounds, but I just feel like 150 is where I feel the best. And I've started to run on a treadmill, about 20 minutes a day, just doing some exercise. But other than that, I haven't made too many changes.
Okay, got it. I love the goal. I love that you feel your best. You know that you feel your best at 150 pounds. And you mentioned that you're running on the treadmill for 20, 30 minutes a day, but you haven't really done anything else. So just to be clear, there's nothing else that you're doing aside from the treadmill that's working towards your goal.
Yeah, not necessarily anything I'm doing now because I was trying a meal plan that I found online, but it was just really hard to stick to, especially because I eat out a lot.
Okay, interesting. I got it. So because you eat out a lot and you found a meal plan really difficult to stick to, what is it that you really feel is the main obstacle standing in the way of you being at your goal weight of 150 pounds?
Well, it feels easy to do the exercise. So, I don't think it's that right now. I think it's probably a mixture of, I'm eating out a lot and there's some days where I just find myself grazing on snacks a lot throughout the day.
All right, got it. So you're grazing on snacks throughout the day, and you're just finding it. Yeah. So you're grazing on a lot of snacks throughout the day, but you're finding exercise really easy. So it sounds like on those days that you're grazing on snacks throughout the day, have you eaten breakfast or have you eaten any other big meals?
Yeah, I usually eat breakfast. I'll usually eat the breakfast that was on that meal plan, just, some egg whites and toast. But yeah, it's pretty boring.
Yeah. And boring's hard to stick to.
Yeah.
What are your favorite things to eat? What would you rather eat for breakfast?
Oh, if it were up to me, I'd be eating eggs with full eggs with bacon and toast.
Yeah. What if we did full eggs with avocado and toast? Would you like that?
Yeah. Yeah, I like avocado
Yeah.
toast.
Yeah. And that mix of protein and healthy fats and carbohydrates could potentially keep you full a little bit longer so that you're not grazing throughout the day.
Yeah, cool. I can definitely try that.
Awesome. That feels doable for you?
Yeah, definitely. It's not too big a change.
Yeah. Does it feel exciting for you? Would you be excited to have that meal?
Yeah, a lot more excited than egg whites and toast.
Yeah. Awesome. So you'll feel full and satisfied, and you have a great balance of food on your plate. So let's give that a try to help the grazing throughout the day.
Awesome. Let's do it.
Awesome.
Sweet. And let's break the role play there. So hopefully you all saw that it's not just an interview where it's like you're hammering them with questions. If you notice, the things that Kate did really well there is like Kate always reflected back and confirmed that, she heard what I was saying, because that's communication. It's like sometimes you bring your own bias to, listening to somebody, and you might hear something, but that's not what they were trying to communicate to you. So Kate did a really good job of repeating it back and just confirming that she correctly understood what was going on for me. And the other thing that you should notice is that she kept digging deeper and asking more questions. So it's not just about 3 questions on this call. It's about being curious. And so these questions are a great jumping off point for discovery. But in terms of the overall call, it should take you about a minute to frame up the call. It should take you, you should give yourself maybe 10 minutes to go through the discovery. And then, Kate started to add value for there. So, that's really your job as a coach. Kate was pretty quick to discover what the biggest obstacle was for me as the subject matter there. And so, she was able to provide that value. And if you notice, she was able to identify a quick win, a win that I would easily be able to implement. And the thing that she did so beautifully too is just to see whether or not it was easy for me, to see whether or not I was excited about it, to see whether or not, it was better than the alternative. And that's really good to do on your coaching calls. If you can actually, like Kate did, workshop the change with the client, then they're going to have a lot better buy-in when the change comes from them instead of it being dictated by you. And then if you get them also thinking about what obstacles might stand in the way of, the avocado toast, because Kate was like, hey, Matt, do you think that would be easy for you? Can you do that? And I said, yes. And so, obviously that's a really easy change. But if you recommend something that might be a little harder, you might say, okay, do you anticipate any obstacles that might come up to getting that done? And you can go a little bit deeper. But ultimately, this is your job as a coach, identify the areas they can work on, workshop with them some solutions. So, we want just one thing. You don't need to, on this call, solve every single problem that they've ever had. You don't want to get on this call and have them take the lead and then just pepper you with questions. And you're just sitting there in reaction mode, answering questions. You want to take control. You want to go through this discovery process, identify the one thing that you can help them with, identify one thing that would help them with that struggle. I mean it, just one thing. So that ultimately, they're getting some value, they're getting an aha moment, but you haven't stuffed them like a turkey. They still have something or some need for you as we transition towards the sale. So, here was just an example that I threw on the slides for you if you're looking at the link later. So once you go through that process that Kate and I just workshopped, after you get them to commit to a change, then you want to ask them hey, did you get value? Or if they say, yeah, be like, cool. Well, what was your biggest takeaway? Or what was your biggest aha moment from the call today? Because this gets them to repeat back to you what was valuable. And this also allows you to determine whether or not you've given them something that they feel like is going to help. This is kind of like the last point where you might recognize that there is something you need to actually workshop out with them to make it a little bit easier for them to stick to. And you can go back into value creation and then loop back to this. Once you've gone a little bit deeper on coaching, then you can ask this again, hey, did you find this valuable? What was your biggest aha moment? Or what was your biggest takeaway? And this also is going to put them in a place of reciprocity. You've just helped them. So as you transition towards the next phase of this call, they are probably going to want to reciprocate, and you've also provided that value. So if you are going to provide more value, the trust is being established. So just like we framed up the call, we also want to frame the follow-up here. So Kate, do you want to take the lead again, and we'll just do a little role play again?
Yeah. All right. Awesome, Matt. Well, I love the takeaways. Thank you. Okay, so breakfast of 2 full eggs with avocado toast is an important step to solving the daytime grazing that has led you to be at 180 pounds versus your 150-pound goal.
Mhm.
So from here, things can pretty much go 2 ways, right? You let me know. Do you feel like what we discussed today is everything that you needed? Or would you like some more support with getting from 180 pounds down to 150 pounds?
Yeah, well, I'd be interested to hear a little bit more about what kind of support you could give me. Yeah, I feel like it was valuable, but um, yeah, it still seems like there's a lot more I could do.
Awesome. So, what I'd like to do now then is let's schedule a time to chat more about. Well, I'm so glad you got value, and you know that this really is just like one piece of the puzzle, and I'm glad that you acknowledge that. So, if you think it's appropriate, what I'd love to do now is book in another call to discuss what the next steps and the possibility of working together would be like. Would that be appropriate?
Yeah, absolutely. I love that.
Amazing. What day and time works really well for you in the next few days?
Yeah, I mean, I could do 2 days from now, same time.
2 days from now, same time. Awesome. So I'll send you the Zoom link and you can definitely confirm that in 2 days from now, same time, perfect for you.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Kate.
Awesome. Thanks, Matt. I look forward to chatting with you then.
Likewise.
Enjoy your avocado toast and eggs.
I will. And hey, that's actually what I'm going to eat when we're done here for breakfast. So Kate nailed it. All right. So that is the follow-up process. And ultimately there is 2 ways that you could go from here. You know, if somebody says that they don't want more support with their goal or that you gave them everything you needed, if they say everything that they need, beautiful. You know, don't see that as a lost sale. See that as a potential raving fan and testimonial. Just be like, awesome. So glad this was potent for you. Like if I send you a few prompts, would you be able to send me a short video testimonial tonight? And by the way, I'll link up the prompts for this in the homework post for today when we finish up here. Or if they do say they're interested in support, like we just role played out, I think it's really important to make it their decision. Don't push the call on them. If you notice, this script is set up where it's really making sure that you're giving them the option. And when they take the option, it's their choice. They're not getting pushed onto a call. You don't want to push people onto sales calls because then they're going to cancel, they're going to no-show, or they're going to show up feeling like, oh, I don't know why I'm here. They're going to kind of have their defenses up. It's not going to be pretty. So that's why there's some, really, really key phrases in here. So it's like, if you think it's appropriate, we could book in another call. Would that be appropriate? It's like, it allows them to answer in the way that they feel is appropriate. So we want to give them that choice, and that's really important. So again, do not push people onto the call. That's not how we want to do this. All right. So then you book them in on the call. And what Kate did beautifully there is she booked it in on the call. She didn't send a Calendly link or wait to organize over text message, because at that point, they might ghost you. They might be really difficult to schedule with. Get it booked in on the call. All right. And yeah, I'll post the testimonial prompts on that day 4 homework post. So before we go on and talk about the grand prize a little bit, I'm going to hop into the chat here, and I'd love to know, do you have any questions? How does that feel? Are you clear about what to do on the call? I love this. Vicky said, it's like a first date. Leave them wanting more.
Yeah. Oh, that's a really good analogy. Love it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Deb said it looks effortless. Awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, Karen says to check your messages, Kate.
Okay.
Awesome. Yeah, Louise said it feels simple and natural. Awesome. Is anybody feeling like they have any questions about it, or is anything about it unclear? We'd love to clear that up right now before we move on. Karen says super clear. Awesome. If it's unclear, just let us know. Lisa loves the flow. Cool. Well, sounds like Nice. Julie's excited. All right. Well, sounds like we don't need to go too much deeper in here. So who's excited to learn a little bit more about the grand prize? Because one of you is going to win a full scholarship to work with us for 90 days. This has been 4 days. Hopefully you've gotten a lot of value. Imagine 90 days. Awesome. Yeah, awesome. Everyone seems to be super clear. So let's get into it. So y'all are going to be potentially winning a seat in our VIP Coach Launchpad mentorship. Now, this is a program that's designed to help you earn your first $10,000 in 90 days or less. And I'm not saying 10K a month because, hey, listen, when I was a brand new coach, I had a business coach tell me, we'll help you earn $10,000 a month within 90 days. And I believed them. But now, I know from being a business coach that only about 15% of people are able to achieve 10K months within their first 90 days of being a coach. But one thing that you certainly can do is over the course of 90 days, you can earn a total of 10,000. No worries. As long as you get your pricing right, as long as you get your offer right, as long as you step out of your comfort zone, have that courage, make good decisions. Even if you're side hustling right now and you got a 9 to 5, within 15 hours per week, which we'll show you tomorrow, within 15 hours per week, you can be replacing that full-time income. So, that's what we want to promise to you is something absolutely realistic that we know that like 80% of coaches can achieve within 90 days, as long as they apply what we teach. And so the way that we make that happen in the Launchpad is the first phase, creating your monopoly offer. And this is Kate's genius zone. So Kate, I'll let you talk about our monopoly offer discovery process and what it really helps coaches with.
Yes. So I love offers because it's just like a fingerprint. Like there are none that are alike. So it's really exciting that we get to create this thing together that dominates the marketplace that no one else has, that like no one else can replicate. And you're going to create this because you're going to actually talk to your soulmate, your potential soulmate clients and find out what exactly it is that they want, what they're struggling with, what their major pain points are, what they're so freaking frustrated about. What if you could wave a magic wand over their life and be their fairy health godmother or father, it would be everything to them. What is their dream solution? What does it look like for them? How do they want to feel supported? And then we create that. So it really truly becomes this like no-brainer offer that they can't wait to buy, a journey that they cannot wait to embark upon. So this takes you out of the comparison trap because you simply can't be compared with every other nutrition coach or weight loss programs or boot camps on the market. It simply doesn't exist. There is no other program that is like yours, and no one can deliver it the way that you do to your clients. It's great too because you're no longer getting price shopped. Now, when you hear what people are interested in spending, you may kind of like take a hit and be like, oh no, like they're telling me that they would spend $30, $50, $100 a month. It's because they're comparing you right now to solutions that they don't know about. But when you show up and you give them a solution that's customized to them and exactly how they want to be supported, there is no more price shopping. There is only okay, like, what do I need to get started? Our coaches can start, and many of them do start at that $500 a month price point. And some go well above that. We have coaches charging more than double that price point and enrolling clients. And their clients feel like they are getting a freaking deal at that price point to work with them. You know exactly what messages to put out in your content, to put out in your marketing, because you're going to use the exact words that you found out doing your market research. Like finding out exactly, again, the language, the exact terms that your clients are using, exactly what they're searching for. So this way you're searchable on the World Wide Web. When you're speaking, when your content is out there, your soulmate clients are like, oh my God, it's like Matt was just in my head. And he can be like, yeah, I was literally just hanging out in there because I know the exact language that you want to speak. Offer creation is amazing. And we call it the monopoly offer because it monopolizes the marketplace and you stand out amongst your competitors. It's the best thing.
Exactly. And one of my favorite parts is that you get a
Yeah.
one-on-one Monopoly offer creation call with offer genius, Kate. So, that's one of my favorite parts about the program is just hearing the feedback about this offer creation process. Cause it's something, Kate, you've probably done over 150
Mhm.
offers at least over the last probably 12 months. So yeah, Kate is second to none in the industry about this.
I'm your
And
word.
yeah, Kate, you might want to say a few things about Sudipta, but
Yes, I do.
the
Yes, I
Monopoly offer process
do.
completely changed your business.
Oh my gosh. Love, love, love this girl. And you guys see me posting about her all the time because it's win after win after win. I'm behind. She has like another win that she just signed a client at a higher price point, at a higher price point. And this is so amazing because when she came to us prior to creating her offer, I mean, she was charging $300. Actually, I think it was $150 for 3 months. $150 for 3 months. We were just chatting about this today, actually. And so she's consistently been raising her prices. So $300 for 3 months, she's more than triple that price point now. We have multiple offers for her to sell to people, and they're all way higher than $300 a month for 3 months. She has just had this incredible growth. She's hit a multiple six-figure run rate. And it's like all of these accolades are so amazing, right? But it's great to make all this money and it's great to have all these great offers and things like that. But what it really comes down to is her client's transformation. She is constantly sharing the transformations of her clients because her success rate is super high because she listens. She knows exactly what her clients need. And she has created the exact solution for them and holds their hand and guides them through the process. She knows exactly what they want, delivers exactly what they need. And I mean, she has so many inbound leads because she speaks to exactly what they're thinking, what they're feeling, what their fears are. And she paints that vision of what they want for their dream solution. Amazing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, such an inspiration.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And yeah, every coach who follows this process, we say if you can get 10 market research calls done, if you follow this creation process, every coach who has followed this process to the T has gotten at least their first high ticket client in 14 days, which is amazing. Luke came into the program, enrolled 14,000 in his first 14 days from this exact process. So it's not just a offer creation process, but it is also a lead generating offer creation process, which we feel really proud about because, it gets a lot of coaches in our program some serious momentum. And once we get that offer created, that's where we come into teaching you how to actually enroll clients, generate leads, and sell in a really consensual way, in a way that doesn't feel pushy, in a way that is about helping. Actually, Shauna calls it the I help framework for selling, which anybody who is going through the program knows. And so ultimately what we teach you is how do you grow your audience without ads and attracting inbound leads? We do that by establishing authority in your niche so you can become the go-to coach that prospects think of. And we start turning your social media into a lead generating machine. We do it in a way that's a little bit different than what some other programs will teach. It's not all about going into Facebook groups and, messaging people cold and pitching them and all that. You can absolutely establish some authority in the right Facebook groups. But the thing is, we actually have some more in real life lead generation strategies like we're teaching you here in the Client Launchpad Challenge. We have some ways to really continue building your personal network, capitalizing on your personal network, and doing it in a way that is less of a slow burn. We really, in the VIP Coach Launchpad, want you to get as much momentum as possible. We've got some really awesome ways to do that, both on social media as well as off social media to be able to do that. And, if you end up in the program, Kate does 2 weekly content review calls. You literally can bring your content to those calls that you've planned out because Kate does a monthly content planning call where she helps you plan out like 90 to, I think the record was like 6 months of content. 5 months of
Yeah.
content in a 90-minute period. So, you'll always have your content planned out, and then you can bring that content to those calls, and Kate will help you just, shift the words around and make sure that you're speaking to your ideal clients. Make sure that the voice is coming from you and it actually is going to land. So you get a lot of support around, creating leads, especially with your content, and you're never going to feel like this again. You're never going to just be like, where do I find the clients? I know that they're somewhere in this computer, but I can't find them. So one of the things that we teach as well is how to create essentially content cycles. So, Kate, I think you can probably talk a little bit more about this, but the way that you help people plan out content is, I think really refreshing when they see it. And, this is Colby. He ended up from a 2-week content promotion cycle, ended up enrolling $15,000 worth of clients. So, okay, do we want to, keep the wrapping on the box, or is there anything that you want to say about how the content promotions work?
Well, the way I just want to share, because the way that we plan out content is like, we'll have like a monthly theme, and then we kind of break it out into weeks. And what we do in that whole month is we create opportunities to create contextual conversations, right? And that's really what the content creation is all about. So we deliver tons of value. And then we're creating opportunities to have conversations with people that are based on what their goals are, right? Because we have them raising their hands, we have them engaging. And that's really what like the promo cycles are all about. We want to help you create content that's creating those contextual conversations.
Yeah, perfect. Exactly. And we'll talk about that more, so we can skip that. But we also, we teach you how to sell, but how to do it in a way that works for coaching. Because as a coach, you don't want to lose trust with people because you have a sloppy or even pushy sales process. So what we teach you is not just how to sell on the phone, but also, how to message prospects without coming off as like cold DMing them. We've got Sean on our team is one of our sales team managers, and he does a weekly messaging and value call review. So he'll take a look at the messages that you're sending. He'll do some reviews of the value calls that you offer to people and see how those can change. And you can actually get some real coaching, some real feedback from somebody who does this full time. And we also teach you through Shauna's iHelp selling system how to sell your VIP coaching offer over the phone with confidence. And so Shauna actually runs once a week a sales closing coaching call that you can get onto as well, and potentially get some call reviews done. So you actually have 2 different sales coaches within the program who are super heart-centered and are amazing at helping you sell in a way that is going to maintain trust with your clients from day one, from the first interaction. And then this is our favorite. This is the bread and butter, the VIP experience delivery, because the reason that we created these programs in the first place, they're called the VIP Coach Launchpad, the VIP Coach Accelerator. We want to create VIP coaches who are going to help people on a really deep level. And we also find that if you're able to deliver a true VIP experience one-on-one, it makes it so much easier in the future to create more value for more people in a one-to-many type of scenario. And so we want to help you create a VIP experience where, if you have clients who drop off, like if you don't hold them to a commitment and they just do 1 month because they're interested and then they leave, or you have a 90-day program like a lot of people, and after 90 days, they're out, well, we can show you how to go from that 1 to 3 month client commitment to 9 months on average. Because we find that there's some coaches who they've got clients who have stuck with them forever, but the average client leaves after 3 months. So how do you get your average up to 9 months? Well, you might have some people who stay with you for 3, 4, 5 years. We show you our plug and play client experience blueprint that we used for a $500 per month, 6-month minimum commitment program that had a 9-month average retention. All right, that means that means half of people stayed in that program for more than 9 months, which is incredible. And the half who stayed for less than 9 months stayed for at least 6. So imagine if you could create a program where you only needed like 20, 25 clients per year, and you could be earning six figures. Because when you create an experience for your clients where they stick around like that, that's what's possible. But, when you create an experience like that as well, it actually decreases the amount of this and this that you need to do. Less marketing and less selling. Because if people rave about what you do and they refer people in, if you get more referrals every month than people dropping off, then your business just grows without having to do anything other than provide an amazing experience for your clients. And I know a lot of coaches, that's what you got into this for, is you didn't get into this so that you could spend, half of your day marketing and selling and half of your day coaching. You probably got into this because you wanted to spend all day coaching. So that's what we help you create, is something where this business, the experience that you provide, it sustains itself. All right. And we find that's really important. And no need to read this, but essentially this is Lucinda talking about how when she put in the VIP systems, she doubled what she charged for her services. And she had so many people who would normally drop off after 3 months continue on. And by the time we finished working with Lucinda, she went from people dropping off after her 90-day program consistently, nobody really continued on, to we worked with her for a year, and most of her clients stayed with her that full year, which is amazing. So we're going to give you an opportunity here to win an additional 10 points. And if you'd like, I'll give you a sales call script that you can use, because after you do these value calls, you're going to book a sales call. And, sometimes it is good to have a little bit of a script in place. We'll also give you a little plug and play offer. It's not the exact script that we use in VIP Coach Launchpad, because that program, there's multiple modules that actually explain the script, and there's opportunities to practice the script. And so it's not something that we just want to give to you right now, because it would probably confuse you more than help you. But we have a call script that's really simple. It has a really simple offer structure as well that you can use, that does enroll clients reliably. Because the thing is, with these people who you're going to be talking to, there's probably already a little know, like, and trust factor. And so that means that it's probably easier to enroll them than just somebody that, booked a call from an ad, for example. So who wants an additional 10 points? Because that's 10 additional entries to win the program that we just talked about. So let us know. Drop it in the chat and I will let you know what you need to do. So what you need to do is you need to submit a testimonial about this challenge to me and the Fit Pro Mentorship Review Facebook group by noon Pacific tomorrow. If you want to, I'll take it, on faith here that you'll do it. But if you want to wait until we've finished day 5 or until you've, gotten some clients to put it in Fit Pro Mentorship Review, that's fine. But the thing is, we want more people to know about the power of this challenge. And that's one of the best ways to do it. I'm not allowed in there. None of the staff's allowed in there. So, even if you put a bad review, we won't be able to see it. But if you could at least send me the positive side to matt@beyondmacros.com, I'll add 10 extra entries into the grand prize drawing for tomorrow. So pretty simple way for you to get some extra entries. And like I mentioned, as we were promoting this, people who had 50 entries, like on the nose, have won the last 2 grand prize drawings. So more entries is better. Awesome. Everybody seems to be excited.
Yay.
Oh, we've got 2 Lisas who are excited. Taha, Louise, Julie, Vicky. Awesome. Stoked. And it looks like you guys are gonna send this as well. I appreciate you all. Cool. So let's wrap it up here. You've got some homework as always. As a reminder, this is the last homework that you need to do to stay eligible for that grand prize. If you haven't done your homework yet, I'm not sure. I think our admin team already has started making sure people have done their homework, but if you haven't done it yet, it can't hurt to go back and get it done just in case. The admin team is super nice and counts your entry. But your action step is to start hosting at least 10 strategy calls. So, you should have started booking those in. Your action step, just start hosting them. getting them done. Get as many on your calendar as soon as possible while this content is fresh, while the role plays Kate and I did are fresh in your mind. And all you have to do for homework, super easy, just share with us what's most exciting about booking these calls in. What are you most excited about? All right, so the homework post should already be posted. Yep, it should already be posted. I'm going to drop some of those links in there now, so I'll edit it up so you have these slides as a script, and I'll also give you some testimonial prompts that you can give to people to get a good video testimonial that you can share and use to enroll clients. Cool. And tomorrow, not only are we going to do the grand prize drawing, but we're going to give you 3 secrets to go from side hustle to a full-time income as a nutrition coach in 6 months. Kate and I have both done this. We have intimate experience with it. So we're going to teach you all the secrets we wish we knew. Now, Kate, as always, is there anything you'd like to leave everybody with before we jump on and do this VIP coaching session?
Yes. So I've been talking so much about rise and how much I just love, love, love that word. Yesterday, I told you about these wings and imagining them on your back. Well, so there's this saying, right, that you rise by lifting others. And this is your opportunity to do that. So if you want to rise up in your business and rise up as a coach, then it is your job to help others and to lift them up. And this is exactly what you're going to be doing with them in those free coaching calls. You guys, they are exchanging 30 minutes of their time and you are giving them your time too. The exchange for that is completely equal because time is so valuable to all of us. But what you're giving them on that coaching call is ultimately potentially going to give them more time on this planet. You are lifting them up. You are giving them hope. You are showing them what is possible. One small thing that they could do that feels good and exciting and actionable, clearing out all of the clutter that they've been bombarded with that's gotten them so overwhelmed that they haven't even started. And that's why they're feeling really low. You're going to give them one thing and get them excited. And you're going to take them and they're going to rise right up with you, coach. So tell us right now what you are so excited about doing. Share that with us for your homework. We can't wait to see you tomorrow and hear about how those calls are going.
Awesome. All right, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow. Hopefully we get some more people telling us, oh my gosh, just putting these posts up has gotten me clients. We can't wait to hear all of the stories. But in the meantime, we need to coach all of these lovely ladies. So peace.
Bye, guys.